beautiful and sensational day. I'm your host, Jade Harrell, and today we're going to take a journey around St. Charles to connect with women in business and to remove our masks for hope and redemption. Today we'll discover a place where female entrepreneurs find kinship, support, and resources in a collective designed just for the ladies. We'll also talk about the masks we often wear in our day-to-day lives that cover our inner need for connection and freedom. Each week we bring you the latest information, events, ideas, and opportunities around St. Charles and St. Charles County. It's up to you to take it from there. We invite you to get up, get out, and discover all you learn about today. So come on and join us as we go around St. Charles.
Kickflip 6 stairs takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
And welcome back. Well, you know, over 10 million entrepreneurs are women. They employ at least 1 in every 7 employees. Their businesses account for several $1 trillion in sales. But even with such impressive statistics as these, women often find great gaps in opportunities, challenges with collaboration, and disparities in the marketplace. Our guest today is determined to make a difference in the lives of women entrepreneurs by educating, empowering, and connecting them in business. Kate Brockmeyer joins us with Business Women Connecting. Welcome, Kate.
Thank you.
Glad
Thank you
to have you
me.
with us. Absolutely.
Very fun.
What a grand idea you have with Business Women Connecting. Tell me how that came about.
Yeah, you know, I've been in business for a really long time, and since, don't age me here, I'm 32, and I started kind of getting in the business world when I was about 19. And as I grew and became a mama and had little ones and then had a business, I realized there's this huge gap for entrepreneurial support, right? And I didn't graduate from college. I went to school for special education and got into teaching and realized, whoa, this not my ball game, right? It's not where I want to play. And so I sort of started kind of running back in. I started a photography business. I owned a couple little startups. I had a little mini respite care company for kids with special needs. And I just sort of realized that there was this huge gap and missing piece of a sisterhood of women in business and entrepreneurial support. We learn all of these things in school, but when you actually get out there and you go to do it, whoa, it's a whole different ballgame.
Oh, yeah.
Totally different world. So we wanted to create an opportunity for people to work their business, and we work the network, and they get to make all the connections that they need. So when they're tunnel vision and running their businesses, and that's all they're doing, right? They're walking in, they're running their sales, they're walking out, they're meeting with people, they're doing this, they're doing that. It's like the 17 hats game, right? Like 17hats.com is the greatest idea ever. And it's just sort of an opportunity for people to connect differently, build relationships.
Absolutely. So you do go about this differently. There are many networking groups around, but I really like the spunk and methodology that you have. Share a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we are a members-only organization, meaning we don't allow any guests, which is like a total 180 from the networking community.
Oh, sure.
Everybody's like, open the doors, everyone come in, and it's amazing. And yes, that's great. But when you're really letting your hair down and you're rolling on in yoga pants and a t-shirt or a hoodie because you've had a long day and there's no one else to blame, this is the place to do it. And it's okay to say, today was really hard. And you can't do that in a place where you have to be game on, my life is perfect. And business is never perfect, right? None of us are, Richard Branson running around. So not at this point yet. So we're members only, we're non-commitment. Our members attend what they can attend when they can attend it. And we're non-exclusive. So we run in an ally mindset, meaning that what you bring to the table versus what I bring to the table. If we have similar businesses, it's okay to be in the same place. And that even if I can't service my client or I can't run this job or this opportunity, I can turn to you and say, hey, can you do this, or can you help me? Or it's always good to have people within your industry that you can bounce ideas off of and interact with. And that's a little different. A lot of the organizations are it's only one per company or industry. You have to bring guests, you have to bring referrals, you have to do all these things. And women especially are busy, and we are caretakers. We don't have time for all that.
Right.
We're maxed.
For sure we are. So what kinds of things do you do to help the entrepreneurs?
Yeah, so we have a variety of meetings. We run about 15 meetings a month between Lake St. Louis and downtown St. Louis, somewhere into Edwardsville, Illinois as well. We put majority of our meetings back into local brick and mortars. So we're trying to drive traffic. So we stop driving like this, right? And we start seeing businesses, and we're tagging, we're checking in, all of those things. So we do a variety of times: breakfast, lunch, happy hour, and evening, as well as we do a grant program for women in business, and we have a mastermind. We also do a secret Facebook group. One day I'm gonna get off Facebook. I'm telling you, I promise it's coming. But for now, we get to welcome you into the sisterhood when you become a member, and everyone welcomes you, and connections come, and you get to learn about positions and jobs and businesses you had no idea even existed.
Sure.
So it's a really great opportunity.
Well, with this, I'm sure you've gotten a chance to see some of the struggles and challenges that many of our area women face that are in business. What are some of the most difficult things that we're dealing with that they found some help and relief with the women's group?
I think it's a couple of things. I think a lot of people struggle with pricing, right? Everyone goes to price themselves based off their competitor. But you know who their competitor priced them off? Their competitor. Yeah. And so the reason I think we see so many businesses come up and go down is because no one has any idea. They're not pricing to survive, they're pricing to get a sale. And so we talk a lot about pricing, we talk a lot about sales, we talk a lot about, there is no crazy idea. So if you have an idea, I've got a mobile home decor truck, I've got a mobile fashion truck, I've got a food truck, I've got some startups that are coming out with some new products, girls designing their own clothing. There's all types of things where if you don't have anyone kind of mentoring and guiding you, you're lost. And how do you get to the next step? And so we spend a lot of our time doing that. So we see a lot of those types of issues come up. But we also talk a lot about just creating opportunities for you to connect with women in this town, in business, that you would never connect with, that you would never know, you know? And I think that's even the biggest, people don't know you exist. Social media is not getting it out there. I don't care what anybody tells you, it's not getting it out there. And you're not really seeing that dollar amount return either. And so this kind of gives you a chance to put your business out there, show people what it is that you do, and then really just kind of connect and communicate and get the collaboration that women really need. Absolutely. Does that answer your question?
It most certainly does.
Perfect.
Right. Go into the idea of your mastermind group and how that works.
So mastermind is 3 to 5 women once a month based on availability and location. It becomes a really tight-knit group. And it's so cool because August will be 2 years for Business Women Connecting as being official and formal. So we're about 20 months old at this point, pushing 300 women. When we get to 300 women, I'm throwing a party. So, because it's hard to get over that next, with renewals and with new members coming in, it's just hard to get to that next place. So, in this mastermind, it's a chance for women to sit down and really talk about something they're really struggling with for 5 minutes.
What are some examples?
Examples of that might be social media. I need a video. I'm not getting the return on this. You know, I'm advertising with this magazine. I'm not seeing anything. Or I hired an employee and I love her. She's a great person, but she's not doing anything. What do I do? You know, that's like a real life problem. Yes. I feel like we all have that problem. Or it could even be something more along the lines of, you know, all of a sudden I went to file my taxes and I'm trying to figure out, is that a deduction or is this a deduction? Who should I be contacting about that? It might be something really simple too. Last month my sales goal might have been $3,000, and this month is going in, they're saying my sales goal is $5,000 this month. How am I gonna hit that? I need ideas. Who else can I be connecting to, right? And so the other members of their group, based on availability and location, that's kind of how we figure out who, and we sit down with all of our members. So everybody that joins the organization, this isn't something they join and become a minion, right? We know, we are annoying, we follow up, we're like, where are you? What's happening? And so the other women, we've really tried to match them on energy and expertise and ways that they can complement each other. Sure. And so then the group drills them solutions for 10 to 15 minutes. They hold themselves accountable to 1 or 2, come back the next month, you know, and say, okay, that was an amazing idea. I am implementing that and it's making me go to the next place. Or, no, that didn't really work, you know? Because you don't know, you're just brainstorming. You're just hoping something kind of comes to the table.
What an awesome idea.
Yeah.
It's great that they can be that precise to their specific situation.
It's so nice. And it's just so nice, I think, to even have a place where you can be raw and be real, because listen, social media is, we know how social media works, right? Like, it's everywhere. And you see all these blog posts about how life isn't as perfect as Facebook makes it out to be, right? It just isn't. Right. And so business life is the same way. And we need, a lot of women are it. there's no one behind me to blame. When there's a problem, I'm it. I have to be the one to say, I'm so sorry, or, and it's always a domino effect when you deal with other women in business. If it doesn't go well for this one, then, something, it rolls out. And so that really gives people a chance to create sisters, create real friendships, all kinds of things come out of that.
What's a great success story that comes to mind?
Oh man, I have quite a few. A lot of going on in business right now is we have a lot of people graduating with graphic design degrees and creative artists, right? And I think like probably 30, 40, 50, 100 years ago, if you were an artist, it was like, when you're dead, we'll take note, right? When you're dead, we'll go from there, like cool. Right. But now you have all of these people that want to make a career out of this talent, and they're very talented. Like the visuals that they put to an item, it can be a lamp, but like the way they make it look like a lamp on the computer, what? Right. Mind blowing, I can't even get over it. But I've had graphic designers come through the organization that, had made $6,000 their first year in business. And now we're pushing 25, 35 grand. I've got content writers. I also kind of put them in creative services, right? Like a lot of people go to school to become a writer, and then it's like, oh, well, you didn't get a job with a newspaper, now what, right? Businesses need content writers. We don't know how to write for ourselves. And what we do write, we think sounds great, but let's be honest. Have you read a website recently? Like, not looking so good. Content writers have, Abby Melitzer is a great content writer, and she's somebody that left a pretty big social media company in town and was killing it in sales and kind of took off on her own to take care of her kids and to be the mama, right? And kind of roll that place. And she's been killing it. So she has, I think, tripled her business in the last about 6 months of the organization. But it brings a lot of, social media advocacy, and I love connecting with people like Diva Williamson. Do you know Diva? She's with Lace Cakes. She's out here, I think in St. Charles, and she has this really incredible story where she was really abused and homeless and in a homeless shelter, and an organization came in and helped kind of pick her up. And so we've talked a lot about all of the different things that go into taking her business from being something in her kitchen to putting her into the next place.
This is great.
Tremendous,
so tremendous success. So it's true that it really helps to strengthen and help a woman thrive in her business.
Right.
So you've got an event coming up in St. Charles.
We do.
Tell us all about that.
On May 5th at 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock, at Fitness Fusion in O'Fallon, we have the Ladies Night Out event, which is an event that we've created to create grant money for our women in business. Love it. We've done $3,500 in grant money last year. We did $2,500 in St. Louis and $1,000 in Columbia, Missouri, because we have a chapter out there as well. And so we do an event where we sell vendor tables to members and then to the public. And then we sell tickets to the general public to attend. It includes food and DJ and drinks and photo booth and swag bags and all these really fun things. And so what we do that's a little different than most vendor events is we do a purchaser's raffle. So anything that's purchased in the first 90 minutes of the event, that's what gets you entered to win our door prizes. And we have really good door prizes, I'm just saying.
What a great idea.
So it's a really great way to bridge the gaps between local women in business and local women.
Sure.
And that's what we all need, right?
Well, tell everybody where they can find you and stay connected and get connected to the network.
Of course, you can find us at businesswomenconnecting.com. You can buy tickets there for the event. It's under Ladies Night Out, so you can grab a ticket there as well. You can also email me at stlbwc2014@gmail.com. And I would love to connect with you. So if you're a woman in business, you can represent a company, you could be a first-generational business owner, multi-generational business owner, or even building a book of business. Great. I would love to connect with you.
Absolutely. Kate Brockmeyer, founder of Business Women Connecting. You rock.
Thank you so much. I loved it.
Enjoyed you very much.
So fun.
Well, don't miss the next Ladies Night Out event happening in St. Charles on May 5th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Fitness Fusion, 925 State Highway K in O'Fallon, Missouri. Learn more at businesswomenconnecting.com. When we come back, a comedian, juggler, and faith-filled filmmaker takes us behind the scenes of his short film series, created to reveal the bondage we all can face in our lives and unmask the courage within us to live a life of freedom. It's redemption through revelation with Mask, the Trilogy, right here on Around St. Charles. Stay with us.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back. Now we ask, are we more than our mistakes? Are we more than what's happened to us? Well, people define themselves by their mistakes or what has happened to them. Well, Mask the Trilogy is a powerful short film series that reveals the story about how we can love ourselves and others in the midst of pain and suffering. It's a series designed as a tool to help grant release. With me today is the creator, Jeff Koziatek, entertainer, speaker, and life coach, who'll use anything from improvisation, video, stilts, fire, hula hoops, straitjacket, and juggling, acting, even comedy as tools to engage his audience. Thanks for being here with us, Jeff.
Thank you. I'm excited.
I am excited too. What a resume, but this here is a very special component of what you're doing for people.
I didn't realize they did all of that.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I got that from your side.
Oh, you did? You did? I'm just making that up.
Right, sure, for sure. But let's talk about, well, tell everyone a little bit more about you and why you use all of these different tools and what it is about you that it's important to engage your audiences.
That's a big, okay. I'll sum up. So over the last 10 years, I've had the chance to do 3,000 plus shows all across the country. And it was entertainment, but it became this crazy social experiment, right? Because I'm performing for a wide variety of humanity, like lots of different people, which is really, really cool. It's one of the things I love about my job. But it didn't matter where I went or who I was performing for, everybody seemed to be struggling with the same thing, and that was a lack of self-worth. And it was just all across the board. And when you see hundreds of thousands of people all wrestling with the same stuff, it's hard to just turn a blind eye to that and say, no, I'm just gonna keep juggling. Woo. So I had to do something. So that's when I got certified to do the life coaching. That's when I started speaking.
Oh, nice.
Because I feel like when you don't see value in who you are as a person, you're not gonna see value in other people.
Sure.
And when you don't do that, then that totally messes with how we do teamwork and work. Yeah. Teamwork and work, teamwork in marriage, and just how we interact with each other on a day-to-day level.
For sure. But this sounds really personal for you. This matters on a deep level.
Yeah.
Why is that?
You didn't tell me we were gonna ask that.
Hey.
I feel like I'm in Charlie Rose. I'm like going to start crying. So I grew up doing the entertainment stuff, and for me, a lot of my personal identity and value came from the shows. And so it was just like in sports, you're only as good as your last game. In entertainment, you're only as good as your last show. And my value was directly linked to the audience's response or a lack of response. And so I put everything on me, and that wears you out, right? Because if the audience doesn't cheer, well, then what did I do wrong? Why don't they like me? What's wrong with me that people don't care? Totally taking out of the equation the fact that the audience is dealing with their own stuff, right? Yeah. They're perfect, they're fine, they don't have anything going on. Yeah. This is all me. Yeah. And I realized after going through my own coaching and counseling that this wasn't just a me issue, that everybody deals with this. Sure. And some people look for value in their work, like what I did. Some people look for value in being the best mom or the best dad. I mean, I met a woman the other day, and she's like, I identify as a good mother. I'm like, well, yeah, you are a good mother, but that is a result of something deeper. That's not the foundation. That's a result. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And so if I can help people, because it's totally changed my life, and it's improved my marriage, it's improved how I parent my kids, and so if I can help other people do that, I want to. And so that's where Mask came from.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about it. Mask.
I wouldn't smell that.
Right. Mask the Trilogy, I think, takes what you do best and what's in your heart and makes it scalable to where you're reaching more people below the surface with the very skill and intention that you do every day when you go to work in your shows. Describe the Trilogy, how that came about.
So there I was,
right?
2008-ish. I had all these ideas to make these short films my faith plays a really big part in everything that I do. Okay. And for me, it all comes down to honoring God and helping people. And that's it. If I was going to put that in a box, that's my box.
That's your box, yeah.
That's my box.
Right, right. But this box became a film, and then a second, and then a third.
Yeah, well, I wanted to tell these stories. I had like 60 different ideas, and I thought, well, let's start with the easiest one to shoot. We can do it in one day, one location. And we started with part 1. And we had so many people donate time. Mm-hmm. All the actors came in for free. They were awesome. The crew came in for free. Yeah. We had donations of equipment, parking. The location, the church said, hey, just shoot here. We'll shut down for the day, power it on, and do whatever you want.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So what is the story? What is the story behind the mask?
Oh yeah,
that we all face? Yeah.
That's why we're here, right? So mask, everybody deals with pain or rejection or suffering on some level. It's not a matter of if you're going to face it, it's a matter of when it happens. And when it does, what do you do? Right? So with mask, it throws out 3 possibilities. Number 1, you lean on your church or your family or your friends or your coworkers for help. And in part 1, we follow a guy into a church, only the church isn't welcoming and receptive. They see his suffering and say, we have no space for that here, you need to go, and they kick him out. Because everybody else is pretending like everything is okay, but he's not, and they're like, no, we're happy here. This is us, not that. And so he's kicked out for not looking like everybody else. And so part 2 then asks the question, where do you go when you don't feel free to be yourself? And that's when he gets invited into a warehouse full of other people wearing, sad masks, where they identify themselves by their pain, or they identify themselves by their mistakes or what's happened to them.
Go into that a little bit more, because that's, I think you've seen along the way, and a realization for many of us, that we identify ourselves through pain. Elaborate some more.
Yeah. Well, it can be very, it can seem very loving and accepting right off the top when you run into another person that says, like another alcoholic, hey, I drink too. Hey, we can drink together. Woohoo! And it starts off and you feel like, yes, I finally found a group that I belong to, or somebody else that's been laid off, and so then you all get together and commiserate, and you just, instead of growing and dealing with the solution, or dealing with the problem, coming up with a solution, you just kind of wallow in the victim stage.
Right, that makes sense.
And in the beginning, it seems good. Like when he walks into the warehouse, it seems good, like everybody's very welcoming. But he doesn't realize that they're welcoming because the more people that come in, the more they feel better about themselves and their stuff.
Yeah, that's very real. And what a great illustration to have it in a warehouse full of other sad and I guess disordered folks.
And so the thing is, the longer he's in the warehouse, the further back he goes, his face mask turns into this crazy full head mask. And the idea behind that is that the full head mask symbolizes him identifying more with his own pain.
And becoming more completely. See, this was just on the face, but then starts to take him over.
This is something I experience, but I can take off.
Right.
This is something that's more like, no, this is me. And the further he goes back, he sees some of the bondage that can lead to, and then he ends up wrestling with this guy, which we affectionately call depression, where you're back in there so long that it's no longer a face mask. Now it's totally consumed the person, and he's got to wrestle with that in order to get out. And you see this happen so many times, and it doesn't have to, right?
Yeah. So you provide a different perspective in the following series that creates the hope and the fact that you do not have to be bound by that state of being.
No.
Let's talk more about that.
No, it doesn't have to be you. I'm serious.
Well, right. Well, I mean, give the ray of hope. Why is that?
So in part 3,
because if they don't know,
then that's not a good place to be.
Yeah.
The idea behind part 3 is that he feels called up and over this hill, he comes on this group that's a mix between happy people and sad people. And for the first time, he sees a figure in the middle of the group that doesn't have a mask on at all. That's just who he is. And that kind of freaks him out because he's not seen anybody be authentically themselves. He's always seen people either, this is who I am just a really sad person, or I'm struggling with cancer, or I've been raped, or I have a drug problem, or you know what I mean? Yeah. Or, no, everything's fine. I'm good.
I'm okay.
Yeah. You want me to work on weekends and holidays for no extra pay?
Problem.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when he sees the person being authentically himself, he does a double take. But then he looks around and he realizes that the group is made up of other people without masks too. And for the first time, he sees that you don't have to pretend to be happy. You don't have to identify by your pain. You can be you. And not only that, internally, but externally, you can treat other people with respect, even though they're still identifying like this. Yeah. Even though they're pretending like this, doesn't mean you have to treat them any less.
What a powerful, giving work, Jeff. I'm so proud of you. I just love this. Please share
excited.
with
it's been fun.
Yeah, it's been
took
fun,
2
and
years
you
to
did
make.
it. It's done. Congratulations on the completion. Where can we see it, enjoy it, and really learn from it?
MaskTheTrilogy.com.
That's it.
That's it. It's online for free. Everybody can watch. There's a link on there where you can buy the first part that comes with the reflection guide. There's a bunch of questions. The whole idea is to start questions and conversations, to get people thinking underneath the surface.
Absolutely.
And it's all on tallhippo.com.
Was that the sign language for tall?
tallhippo.com/mask. No, there's 2 more films coming up.
Oh, you've got more.
Yeah, we're doing a fear documentary.
Okay.
Which I think comes out of
that
value.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And then we're also doing another short film that has no dialogue. That's all about facing your true self.
I love
when you
it.
come face to face with who you really are, do you accept that and embrace that and move forward and grow, or do you shun it and then go pretend to be something that you're not?
How about that? Mask the Trilogy. Jeff, I'm so proud. Thank you for sharing that with us today.
I'm excited to be here. Go watch the film.
Right.
MaskTheTrilogy.com.
That's right. Jeff Koziatek, filmmaker, life coach, speaker, and entertainer. You can watch the series Mask the Trilogy and get the special reflection guide by visiting tallhippo.com/mask and hire Jeff to entertain, inspire, or help you succeed by visiting JugglingJeffSTL.com or CoreAuthenticity.com. So stay close. When we return, I'll tell you what's happening in the neighborhood.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. That single ember can ignite and destroy your home or even your community. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
We're back. Here are a couple of cool things going on around St. Charles. Well, Lindenwood's Theater is hosting the Spring Dance Concert Thursday, April 28th through Saturday the 30th. Come and enjoy entertaining arrangements of pieces that highlight the talent and artistry of our Lindenwood University Dance Ensemble. All 3 shows will start at 7:30 p.m. and tickets can be purchased online and at the Lindenwood box office. The T.R. Hughes Ballpark is holding a food truck frenzy Friday the 29th from 5 to 8 p.m. Enjoy a tasty evening of food truck fare and live local music. Just don't forget to bring a blanket and chairs. Admission is free and parking is available. That's it for us today, but until next time, live and love life's journey, and we'll see you around St. Charles. I'm Jade Harrell.